You guys are a part of San Carlos. You are San Carlos. Can you tell me how it all started?
Wow. Almost 2 years to the day. As a matter of fact, we were called by a friend of ours, mutual friend, to do just a cultural event where he said, we're looking to get put together some artists to do this, just a little show for a Portuguese community. We both hadn't been involved for a long time, so he says, "Hey, can you come and do this?" I said, "Sure, I think so. I haven't been involved for a long time." And do you remember Sandra Resendez? I said, "Wow, haven't seen her in a long time, but absolutely." And then we did that show, and Sandra can probably talk more about that.
Yeah, it just literally took off from there. So you had a show that you said, hey, why don't you join in? And then from there, we just sort of booked one after the other, and we just kept getting positive feedback. So we're going, we should do something about this. So our friend said, hey, Sandra Carlos, it has a ring to it. And we sort of looked at it going, it does have a ring to it.
Well, we'd do like 3 or 4 shows, and then it would be the old, well, what do you call yourselves? Um, Sandra Carlos. And then it was a friend of mine, I think, who said, "What about San Carlos?" And we went, "Oh, come on, that's ridiculous." And we sort of were chuckling a bit, and then, the more you repeat it, then we thought, oh, maybe. And
It's
that's
kind of the trend too, right? Like people that are in relationships are molding their names together and you guys fit right in.
right, right.
That's awesome.
Totally.
When you started up, you guys are very different in the sense that, well, I've had an opportunity to watch some of your videos, so I know what to expect from you guys. But how would you describe yourselves as a band?
Oh, good question. Because we did worry a little bit about the name San Carlos because it has a bit of a Latin flair to it. And that's sort of how it started off, was with the Portuguese community, singing Portuguese and Spanish songs. But then we sort of expanded with, oh, goodness, molding to what people want to hear. So some classic, some country, some pop, some rock, some easy listening. We do, if it's just the two of us, then we do that lounge sort of thing. But we've had parties where people are dancing up on stage, and yeah, we're just sort of, I don't know. That's a hard question, and we do struggle with being pigeonholed to just being a Latin Portuguese band because we're not.
Well, when I first started looking into you guys, that's what I expected, and then it was like, oh, hang on, they're covering Snow Patrol, and they're covering all this stuff that I actually know. This is
There's
amazing.
actually very little online of what we're totally doing, but I think I think if I were to categorize it, there still is a Latin flavor to a lot of what we do, because I mean that always inspires me when I'm playing guitar and stuff. Even a lot of my solos and whatever, I tend to get a lot of inspiration from classical Spanish music, or Portuguese music for that matter, combined with rock. So when we pick songs, it's either Sandra will say, "How about this one?" I'm like, "No," or vice versa, and then we land on something we both like, but we think that people that we've been playing to will enjoy. So I don't think we're ever just copping out to whomever we're playing to, but it's more of a, do we really get a groove off of it? Does it fit? And then is it going to get people dancing versus or just listening? So we're trying to sort of figure our way out. In we've got a ton of, like, we've probably got a repertoire of probably about 70, 80 songs. I think maybe I'm being, yeah, about that. Uh,
100 on our.
Oh, there you go.
Last I looked, I was like, there's 200 songs. Oh my goodness.
So you guys could potentially even take requests because you've got such a large.
And he's really good at that, of playing anything and everything. So it works.
And are you a music reader or you just go by ear?
a bit of both. A bit of both. I don't classically read, no, but I can muddle my way through. But I'm not classically trained. No, self-taught. Well, pretty much self-taught. Theory lessons along the way and technique from some local musicians along the years, and got my inspiration from just growing up listening to a lot of my parents' Portuguese music, and then a lot of good old classic rock was my inspiration, and blues, and is still it, and then melded into the Spanish stuff, which rounded out things real nicely. So.
Did you guys both grow up in Winnipeg? Hmm. And so you knew each other before you came together as a band, but for how long?
We did a show in the Portuguese community called Chuva das Estrelas. And that was, I would have been 17, 18. He would have been just a few years older. We'll see. And I actually I was writing original music, and he helped out with one of the tunes that I wrote, and we performed. And then we just sort of went our own ways, but we've been always in the music path in the city and elsewhere. I lived in Calgary for a bit, but yeah, and then we just sort of that mutual friend came 2 years ago, and we put that show together, and the rest is history.
And the music path in Winnipeg is huge. There's so many people doing it. Not everybody out there knows how big it is in Winnipeg. But how do you think that's helped your career?
Oh, tons. Since that, I've been involved in a lot of different bands, from like reggae bands for a long time to large Latin ensemble, Latin jazz ensembles, to classic rock. You know, she mentioned the pop scenes, bar scenes. All that has helped to kind of also, get recognition with local musicians, so you get to know a lot of people, and when you have to call on, that's the one benefit we have is, like Sandra mentioned, if we want to do a larger show, we can call up a lot of peers and that are great musicians, so you're not really relying on first-timers and things, which can be okay, but, to have that experience behind you is always awesome, so I think that's helped huge.
It's like having a constant, I'm going to date myself here, having a constant Rolodex at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Are there any people that you're going to bring with you on the 13th? Or is it just the two of you?
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. It's just us, yeah.
Now, how did you guys get involved with this event?
Sally Carrera, she called us out, or contacted us, and said, I'm doing this event, and it's sort of the Mediterranean. I want to bring all the cultures together, and the Portuguese, the Spanish, the Latin, the Italian, and the Greek. We're going to have some Greek food and Italian wine, and you guys sing the Spanish and Portuguese music. So we said, yeah, for sure, we're in.
And it's a really neat event. The one that we're talking about is December 13th at Saffron's. It's, again, like you said, there's going to be live music. I know there's a buffet, so there's going to be Spanish paella, all kinds of good stuff. It's only $25. What does it mean to play an event like that for you guys?
I look forward to every show because you never know what's going to happen, whether it be an intimate house party or playing at Jazz Fest with thousands of people in front of you. There's always something new and fresh. You just don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah, every event is quite exciting. I think this one's unique in the sense that it's celebrating those cultures and bringing those cultures together.
You don't see that a lot.
No, and actually one of the things that Sally had said was the Portuguese community has lost one of their, what would you say, one of their main grocery stores. They've now retired and closed down, and so she just wants to sort of build. There's not a lot of Portuguese restaurants or any of that, so she just sort of wants to bring that together.
I heard there's going to be chorizo sausage, which is a huge thing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Something to look forward to, right?
We don't know anything about the food, so we're just there to do our singing and
Do some singing, maybe smash some plates. You get it done, right?
drink some wine.
Exactly.
We'll
Perfect.
have to learn a Greek song or something like that.
Start working on it. There you go.
Just drink sambuca. Isn't sambuca Greek? Yeah,
believe
it is. Okay.
That'll get you going. And then the Greek will just come, I'm sure. It'll be fluent. Do you guys have any other events coming up anytime soon?
Actually, the following Thursday, December 20th, we are performing with a bigger band at the beach, which is on Wenzel Road, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's an indoor volleyball center, and they're going to close off one of the volleyball courts, and we're going to have a dance floor and the big band and
Full bar there, tropical scene with, it's got palm trees, and it's a beautiful place actually. If you've never been there, it was really impressive when we first went in. So that'll be a great event too.
So when they say the beach, it's actually taking you to the beach.
it's actually called Christmas at the Beach. So, and there's sand in there, and yeah, it's an indoor volleyball or beach volleyball facility, and they're going to have volleyball and spike ball as well, or dancing and drinking. So,
If anybody is interested, is there a way that they can get in touch with you guys or get tickets?
they can contact us, or they can contact the beach. They have tickets there as well, or contact me 782-6896.
Our Facebook page. Look us up on Facebook, San Carlos, Winnipeg. Yeah, there's both of our contacts on there and postings to this event, the beach, all that stuff. So
Awesome. Now, say somebody comes out to one of your events, they love your music, they want to hear more of it. Do you guys have CDs? Do you guys do that? No. Not yet?
again, we mentioned we're low on the media department. So yeah, that's something we're working on. In the next year, I think we've got to make a sort of a New Year's resolution to make sure we get something out by way of a CD, some videos, some more promo material.
That's perfect. So they'll come out to the event, they'll love what you do, and then they have something to look forward to in the new year.
And we get asked all the time, where can we get your CD? And it's like, right, we're working on that.
It's coming, I promise. I have one more question for you guys. It's actually to do with your socks. I think that socks tell a lot about a person, and I would like to know what type of socks you wear. Carlos, I already noticed yours are fantastic. Is that an everyday thing for you, fantastic socks?
I love socks.
Yeah?
I gotta say, I do like socks. Yep. These are Stance socks.
Aren't they the comfiest things in the world?
Best socks ever. And I'm
Each
just
with a
saying,
hug for your foot.
they paved the way with comfy socks and cool socks. So now everybody's kind of following suit, but they're not like Stance socks. Yeah, they do hug your foot. Yeah, super awesome.
It's a solid sock. How about, how about you, Sandra?
I like black socks.
Always.
Always. But when at the gym, they have to be white socks.
Why is that? Surely at the gym they're going to get dirty, so it would be better to hide it with black?
Okay, I don't know if I should say that, actually.
Oh, absolutely.
I was going to say, I wear funk elsewhere, not on my feet.
Nothing wrong with that.
Edit that.
So is it because it's easier to match?
Wrong. Like, oh, it just, drives me crazy.
So it's like,
Like that is lovely, and that's the trend.
kids are doing it.
you know what's weird though? When I started, it wasn't a trend. That's why I started it.
The exact same quality of sock?
They are.
Okay, then we're good.
Right.
It
If
has
one
to.
is different,
No,
if this
like
has
different
Weaving
lengths.
on it, and this one's just plain.
That would throw your whole
Throws me. I walk crookedly, and I'm just
I
joking.
get it. No, mine always mismatch, but there's always a theme. So like today they're both Christmas.
Yes.
So this one says Holly Jolly Christmas.
Nice.
This one says mistletoes. But yeah, there's always a theme, and they're always the same length. Because
Right, right.
it would totally throw me off if they were any different. Yeah, I do. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
Shakers.
Isso, não tem mais jeito, acabou. Boa sorte, não tenho o que dizer, são só palavras e o que eu sinto não mudará. Tudo que quer me dar é demais, é pesado, não há paz. Tudo que quer de mim irás, expectativas desleais.
That's it. There's no way it's over. Good luck. There's nothing left to say. It's only words, and what I feel won't change.
Tudo que quer me dar
Everything you want
é
to give
demais,
me.
é pesado, não há
Hey,
paz. Tudo
there's
que quer de
no
mim
peace. All I want is unto
expectativas
expectation.
desleais.